Hi, hello. Where am I? I'm not in the middle of the screen. I'm off center. Never mind it. What am I doing? I'm just finishing off side 2. Oh, there's me wool gone. Excuse me a moment. Me wool has done a detour around the first side of the hexi cardigan. Back. And I'm running out of wool. It's not going to be as big as I hoped it would be. Hi, Morty, Vicar. The pain we're not talking about, yeah? Just don't remind me. I've got my heat pad on behind me. Oh, can't see it. Fluffy heat pad. It's not quite the weather to have a fluffy heat pad behind you, but these are the things we have to do. Hi, Sophie. Have we changed our handle again? Are you trying to confuse me, Sophie? Hi, Linda. Oh, thank you for the hug, yeah. Yeah, the weather's been nice. I've actually had washing on the line. It's been quite nice today. You know, thankfully. Oh, okay. My back is marginally better when it's nice weather, so, it could have been a lot worse, couldn't it? Yeah. Oh, dear. I've got to phone the prescription line on Monday, which should be fun. I'll probably be number 463 in the queue. Trying to find out why, what happened. I haven't got 2 lines of washing. I haven't got 2 lines, Val. I've only got 1. I could do with another line, actually, but I've got nowhere to fasten it to. Yeah, so I've got to go and phone the prescription line on Monday. So that should be fun. If you've ever had to phone a prescription line, you know how funny it is. Hi, Helen. Oh, dear. Hi, Munchkin. Hi, everybody. I'm on the sleeve bit. Hi, Sue. Oh, it's what do you call it? Joe Brown. And I like it because it's got tassels at the waist. You know me. It's got to have tassels or it's got to have a frill. I was just talking before to Linda saying, I'm very much a Stevie Nicks type of person, but unfortunately I haven't got Stevie Nicks' kind of money. So I have to make do. I wished I could sew. If I could sew, I'd have things with flounces on. I put a video link on Facebook of this. She's rather over the top, actually, this woman. She's got a boutique, a hippie boutique in America somewhere. But she's got a fabulous long jacket on made out of all patchwork squares. And I'm like, oh, I want it. Hi, Enid. I want it. I want it. Did you see it, Val? I sent you a link. Or if you didn't see it, it's on my Facebook. And she's wafting about in this long, like, floaty duster. And I'm like, oh, it's granny squares and it's gorgeous. Yeah. Hi, Dotty Dolly. Yeah, I managed it this week. Last week it took me 3 attempts before I actually got on live. I think it was about 9:20 before I managed it. Everybody was wondering where the heck I was. But it kept telling me, couldn't do it, try later, try later. Things have been a bit nuts. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club, Enid. My life has been a little bit fraught this week. But we won't go into that. What with fairy lights that didn't work, a mandala light that's about as pathetic as they come. Let's just say it wasn't like it was on the picture, yeah? And my friend's husband couldn't come today to sort the garage door, because he's broken his drill. So I don't know when he'll be able to come back. The lights, no, I've had them ages actually, to be honest. I got them from Amazon and they sat and sat and sat for months in the box. And then last week, my friend's husband put them up for me and then they don't work. So I've gone past the, the time that you can send them back. Yeah. I mean, maybe they're not switched on. I don't know about these things. They're those solar thingies. If he was going to come back today, I was going to ask him to have a look if he'd actually, I know he'd put them up, but if he'd actually switched them on for me, yeah. I don't have much luck with solar lights. I really don't, yeah. I don't know, Sue. That's what I wanted to ask, but he didn't come today because sadly his drill bit or something was stuck in the drill and he couldn't get it out. And anyway, I don't know what he will do. He'll either have to try to sort his drill out or get a different drill. I don't know. If he's got to buy a different drill, I mean, that's more expense for him, isn't it? And he's doing me a big favour by coming and, trying to sort out my garage anyway for me. So you just have to wait, don't you? When people are doing you a favour, you have to just wait along until they can come along and do it for you. So I've managed without these solar lights for quite a while. So I was hoping to have them up, before the darker nights set in, and then it would look pretty, in my backyard. I had them last year, but of course, being solar, they didn't last 2 minutes and they just broke, yeah. So I'm a bit useless at things like that, really. I can't stretch up. Well, it could get to that, says Sophie. It could get to fixing it with a hammer, yeah. A lot of things get fixed with a hammer. I was going to say, including my ex, but I never hit him with a hammer. I might have wanted to many times over, but I'm restrained. I actually did consider pushing him off a balcony once when we were on holiday. Unfortunately, there was a swimming pool underneath the balcony, so I would have pushed him off. He would have only landed in the water, wouldn't he? So he was driving me mad this particular holiday. He was having a right go at me. And he was leaning right over the balcony wall. And I remember thinking, shall I shove him off? Shall I push him off? But then I realised he'd just landed in the water, so all he would have got would have been wet and mad. So I had to restrain. I said, yeah, I had to bite my tongue and tuck my hands beneath me when I sat down so I didn't push him off the end. When somebody's been chipping at you all day long, chip, 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 and eventually you think, it's him who's going to go tonight. I'm going to kill him tonight. I used to lie in bed sometimes plotting. If you've ever been with somebody you don't want to be with, you know what I mean. Plotting what evil. Can I show you the sleeve? I can show you the one I've just done, yeah. That's my sleeve. Can you see it? The body's 3, you know me, I'm UK. 3 trebles and a chain, the body. But when I get to the sleeve, it's just 3 rows of 3 trebles without a chain. And then I do 6 rows of 2 trebles without a chain. And then I do my double crochets around the edge. I'm sorry if you're in US, I don't understand US terms. I only crochet in UK. Yeah. I've got to do the 2 bits together. I've done the 2 halves now. Hi, Chris. You okay? You weren't here last week, were you? We were worried about you. You're cross-stitching butterflies. Do you know cross-stitch is not my thing? I have no patience. It's like all my dresses are too long. Anyway, today I ordered a pair of pinking shears. I thought, cut the end off. You forgot last week, yeah. Mimi. Hi, Dotty Dolly. Hi, Mimi. Crazy America. Well, you know, we're not much better off over here, love. Crazy over here. The latest thing the crazies are doing over here is when the boat people land, they're giving them little pamphlets saying, please don't rape the women, you know. I mean, yes. And they're going to understand that. And they're going to read it. And there's going to be a lot of litter on the beach, isn't there, when they throw them in the air, yeah. You had your MRI. Oh, I hope you had better results than my MRI. I'm still waiting to hear if I can get any help from social services. Probably not, because I never get anything, do I? You know what I mean? I'm always at the back of the queue when they're handing anything out. Unless it's bad luck, and then I'm at the front of the queue. No, it took me about 5 or 6 weeks to get my results from me MRI. I was beginning to think they'd forgotten about me. You prefer a CT? Well, you don't get a choice here. You just get told what you're having. Yeah. Homemade biscuits for everybody. Oh, not dark chocolate, Sophie. I don't like dark chocolate. But homemade biscuits and cakes, and I put a load of weight on, so no, I shouldn't be having any of them, yeah. Yeah, that's about average. I think I waited at least 6 weeks to get my results of my MRI. It might have been 8 weeks, yeah. Oh, try over here, love. If you don't think the Canadian health service moves quite quick, ours don't move at all. Ours move exceedingly slow. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a flapjack. I'm diabetic, but I can eat a flapjack because the oats and that slow down the sugar. I was going to say sugar consumption. You know, the sugar. One, I hate them because I'm claustrophobic. So when they put you down that, I mean, it's not so bad if you go to hospital and it's a big one, but when they do the scan in the van, it's a little tube and you feel like you're being threaded down the barrel of a cannon, you know, at the circus. And I'm very claustrophobic. I have to sort of, you know, will myself to stay there and think of other things. And I mean, one time they did give me headphones and played me some music, but they didn't this time. They gave me headphones, but there was no music. Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, the bang, 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 bang. Then it goes diddle, 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 diddle. Oh, yeah. Oh, the big one at the hospital's fine. The big MRI. Put your mind back in out of the gutter. There was nothing big about it except that, yeah. I know. And then they say lie still, and you've got to. It'll only be about an hour. They said to me. I can't lie still. And then my hand got the twitches. It was like that. My hand, because I've got nerve damage. You know, I was going and thought, oh, please don't stop it. Please don't tell me I've got to start all over again. I can't help it when my nerve starts going like that. Anyway, they never mentioned it, so that was good. Yeah, I mean, I did have one on my head at one time because they thought I had something on my ear, and I went through the one at the hospital that they had for that, and it was just like a great big giant ring, and that was fantastic. It was like being inside a big ring at the circus. And it had lights going round it, going, and you weren't actually. Oh, you've got metal in your teeth. I've got metal in my knees. I've got metal in my back. I've probably got metal in my teeth still from when they used to do those horrible black fillings, grey fillings. I think I've got rid of most of my grey fillings. I think they've all fell out now. But yeah, I've got metal in my hip. Not my hip, my knee. I should have metal in my hip, but they won't do it. They won't do any more ops on me because of my sleep apnea and the fact that I go to sleep and don't get up. They said, we can put you on the table, but you may not get off it. How nice. Hello, Nathan. Where have you been? You weren't the first one today. You're normally the first one in to say hello. Do, do, do. Right, I think I've done the right number of rows for my cuff. And then I've got the joy of joining the two pieces together. I think I've done the same on each cuff. I forgot to count. Or have I got to do another row? Oh, let me have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I've done the same amount. So now I've got to put the backs together. And I haven't got much wool. It's going to be a short cardigan, this. Because I've got to do the bottom bit and then go all the way around it. So it's going to be a shorter jacket than usual. Yeah, I think it's got birds on it, actually. Birds and leaves. And it's actually got little sequins. Can you see? Little sequins. And what I like is at the waistline, it's got tassels. It's a Joe Brown. I know it's not cotton, but it's a good quality synthetic one, this one. It's not a cheapo shower curtain. Yeah, we won't talk about that firm. Right, is that a back? Yeah, that's a back. Yeah, Joe Brown, I love their dresses. That and Moonbeams and Mayhem, because they do most of the dresses at Moonbeams and Mayhem come from India, and so they're cotton. And so I like their dresses because they're cotton. I hate cheap synthetic things. You know, the ones that make you feel like you're wearing a shower curtain. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'd like to dress like Stevie Nicks, yeah. If I had her kind of money, make sure I'm not crocheting the inside to the outside or the outside to the inside. Well, I'm something that begins with an F for Enid. A rude word that begins with an F, that's me. I'm effed. Yeah, do you remember when nylon sheets were all the rage? My God. I used to get in bed and it was like Blackpool Illuminations. The sparks used to fly because I have a lot of static in my body. Can't beat a cotton sheet, can you? Good old-fashioned cotton sheet, yeah. Oh, welcome to the club. I've got osteoarthritis, spondylitis. Is it ankylosing spondylitis, whatever that might be? And they weren't sure if I had fibromyalgia, but they haven't actually diagnosed me with that. So we shall just say I haven't got it until then. I don't want any more algias. Yeah, it used to be like when you used to take your nylon underskirt off at night, it used to be like the Northern Lights, didn't it? I used to get statics off cars back in the day when cars used to be made of metal. You went and touched them, you know, and you. I used to get shocks off the filing cabinet when I worked at the job centre. because the carpet was nylon, and as I walked across the carpet, the static used to build up in my body. And I'd be like that with the filing cabinet, and they're saying, what are you doing, Janet? And I'm going, I'm just waiting while the static goes before I open the filing cabinet. Yeah. 91F, it's 14 here, 14C here. But it's been a lovely day actually today. I dried my washing, so I'm not complaining. You get static on your car. Well, I don't get it anymore now because most things are not made of metal. Yeah, you could get on a treadmill and get one of the kids to spray you with water. Yeah, we could have called it when sparks fly, couldn't we? I mean, I'm cooking here actually because I've got a heat pad on my back. No, they won't let me use a walk-in, what do you call it, either. My Visio has suddenly jumped back to the start. Hey? Has it? No, I can't go on a treadmill. I'm not allowed. Mind, I'd probably fall over anyway. I'd have to hold on to the sides of it. I'd have to get one with handles on either side. Otherwise, I'd fall over. Why do you think I have so much furniture in my house? So I've got something to grab hold of when I fall over. I'd be no good in open plan. I'd be on the deck in 2 seconds flat, yeah. No, I'm fortunate in the fact my heart rhythm seems to be fairly constant. This one's not a really hot heat pad. It's got different settings. It was my mum's actually, so you can tell how long I've had it. But it's much better than anything you can buy modern. I mean, I've bought those, what do you call it, things, those that they don't do any good for me. All they do is make my back go zip, 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 but they don't actually work on the pain. What do they call them? They're giving you when you're having a baby, apparently. Yeah, I can't ride a static bike either. I mean, they did send me to the gym when I went to see a TENS machine. That's the one, yeah. I've got one, but the sticky things have worn out on it. And I've got some sticky things, but then it's battery operated, and I can't be bothered. The batteries cost more than anything. I want one of them that you charge up. But I've seen some on Amazon, but the reports on them have not been good. They've only had 3 stars and less. So I thought, I'm not spending my money on something that's not got good reviews, yeah. I'm waiting to see the pain clinic now. That should be a laugh, yeah. They usually say, try exercise. Yes, we've been there, done that, worn the t-shirt and the gym wouldn't have me. Or distract yourself, take up a hobby. Well, I crochet and I read and I do everything and I knit. Which other hobby would you like me to do? I can't do cooking because I can't stand up long enough to do cooking. Well, the pain clinic, yeah. So if they start telling me to distract myself and somebody's going to be distracted with a quick, swift smack round the head, so I'm going to go though because I don't want them to say I'm not, I've refused to go. Yeah. They're not used, when they say pain clinic, they don't kind of help you with the pain. They just want to discuss it. Tell you ways you can work around it. Yeah, fine, yeah. I've got a chronic spinal condition. You can look at the MRI scan if you want. Yeah. I want somebody that will prescribe the right medication for me to. I mean, you've seen what happened this week. I haven't even got any pain meds yet. Well, the gym wouldn't have me, Chris. When I got sent, you know, the trainer that they say send to assess you before you work on any of the equipment. He wouldn't have me because he didn't want me to sue the gym. So he sent me back with a thank you very much for referring this lady, but we're referring her back to you because we can't take her on. Yeah. He kept saying, oh, you could do this. Oh, no, you can't. You could do that. Oh, no, you can't. I wish I could walk, Enid. I would walk, but I can't. I can't. I can walk a bit and I can sit down. I can lie down, but I can't stand. When I stand, it's like somebody's pressing the top of my head down and the pain is just absolutely excruciating. And I keep trying to tell them this, but well, I just keep on doing what I can. When you can't walk, Enid, you just have to not walk, yeah. Yeah. Well, my spinal cord is being squashed by my spinal bones. It's like the thickness of a sewing thread. And they've told me that there's nothing that can do and that one day it might just snap. So try not to fall, they said. Like I am in control of myself, that I will not fall. Try not to fall and, you know, if you hope you don't get involved in a car accident or something like that. Yeah. Oh, my neck's messed up as well as my back, so we don't go into that. It's fun when you get older, you know. My body wasn't designed to be here aged 80. I think my body is designed to have worn out when I was about 65. I'm just defying everybody by staying alive. You know, whoever designed our spinal structure didn't design it for us to be up and walking about when we're 80. Yeah. Never mind. Maybe the social services, when they do eventually come. He kept saying to me, you can phone Miller Lite up. They'll come and assess what you need. And they're very inexpensive. I went, do you realise I've just spent my life savings on the drain? Yeah. Yeah, I've done the short rows at the front, yeah. I've done 4 rows on each back to join them together. So there's like 8 rows at the back for the back neck. And then I do 3 rows on the front, so then I do the edging round. I don't know how people manage to do hexes and not do any extra bits. They must be like hunched up. I don't like that straight down bit, you know, where there's no neck shape. Oh, you'd be surprised. As my dad said, creaking gates last the longest. You know, the ones who have something wrong with them all their life. Last the longest. That's why I'm still here. Oh dear, I've had something wrong with me since I've been about 30. Well, no, since I was 13, actually. That's when I damaged my knee very badly. They said at the time it would have been better if I'd have broken it, yeah. But I didn't. So I knackered my knee at the age of 13. Up till then, I was quite active. Very sporty. Very athletic. I used to be long jump, high jump, and all that. Relay, running and everything, yeah. Yeah, creaking gates last the longest. That's what my dad always used to say. Yeah, I messed up my knee on a slide. When I say a slide, I don't mean a metal slide. I mean one that, you know, you make on ice when you have a slope and it's ice and you're sliding down it. And I fell at the bottom and I landed funny on my knee and everybody thought it was hilarious and they landed on top of me. And when I couldn't get up, my knee was twisted the wrong way around, yeah. Oh, my dad, yeah, he couldn't get big-headed around my dad. I told you what he said to me when I said I wanted... My dad hated tattoos, loved them with a passion. So just to aggravate him one day, I said, I think I'm getting a tattoo, Dad. And he went, you are? I said, I'm going to get a tattoo. I said, something tasteful. I said, I think I might get like a little bluebird on the cheek of my bottom. And he looked me in the eye and he said, with the size of your ass, he said, you need a fucking eagle. Charming. Oh, my dad would have gone mad if he'd lived to see Ian's tattoos, yeah. My dad hated them. Hated them with a passion, yeah. Yeah, he told me I didn't need a bluebird, I needed an eagle. Yeah, he was unconsciously funny. He was one of those kind of people that always had an answer on the tip of his tongue. He didn't have to think about it, you know, he wasn't like a comedian. He just had the knack of, you know, the back chat. If somebody said something to him, he could come back with an answer right away. Whereas the rest of us would think about it, walk a bit away, and then half an hour think, I should have said that. Yeah, I should have said. But you think about it about half an hour later. But not my dad, he would just come straight out with it. He just had this northern wit, you know. I mean, a lot of comedians came out of Oldham where I used to live. I think we're very self-deprecating as a nation. You know, the UK humour. We're always putting ourselves down, which is funny. I think that's why a lot of Americans just don't get us at all, yeah. That's still. Ooh, doo, doo, doo. Yeah, I've nearly finished joining it together. Well, when I finish this, I haven't decided what I'm going to do, so I've just got 2 balls. I'll probably do another virus shawl because it's what I can do without thinking about it, yeah. Yeah, my dad would have said something like that, Dottie. When I said something to him about my divorce, he said, well, you chose him. He said, don't blame me for your bad choice. My brother didn't want me to marry him. My brother said, hey, why are you marrying him for? Of course, at the time I said, because I love him. And he goes, He said, love goes out the window. What are you going to talk about later? Oh, my dad just told it as it was, yeah. He always did. You couldn't get big-headed around me, Dad. Oh, my God, I'm going to have to turn this off. I'm getting a sweat on here. And it's not like me. I don't sweat. Mine was long, slow agony, my divorce. And I never got a do-over one. The one I had my heart set on didn't have his heart set on me. That's all I can say. Yeah, I would have married him. That would have been my second marriage, but it wasn't on his agenda. He's the only one I've ever met that I might have thought about getting married to. Oh, I didn't see you come in, JM, whatever your stands for. Jamar Prince. I don't think I meant to spell it out, am I? I love people with these weird and wonderful names. Oh dear. Right, I've crocheted down the back. Now I've got to crochet the bottom bit. The one I just finished before this, I crocheted the back and then I crocheted all the way around it, and then I thought, I've got more wool left than usual, and then I realised I'd never put the bottom bit on. So I had to take all the banding off it and start all over. It's not going to have much of a bottom bit because I haven't got a lot of wool left. I don't know why. I had 6 balls like I did with the others, but this didn't seem to go as far for some reason or another. Yeah, I've finished it all off the bits now. I've just joined the back together. Yeah, I put a back piece in like to make a neck, and I put a front piece in to make a neckline because I can't be coping with this straight down business. It doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't hang right here. Oh, right. Hello, Jap. Yeah, I remember you from, yeah. You were just confusing me with your new handle. It's like Enid. She changes her blooming handle as often as she changes her drawers. When she comes on sometimes, she has to say, it's me, it's Enid. I'm like, who's this? We should stop changing your handles and confusing me. I'm a very simple girl, you know. It doesn't take a lot to confuse me. I've got to put some extra water. Yeah, you say which one's Enid, aren't you? Because she keeps changing her handle, yeah. I need to put more water in my boiler, and I'm thinking, you have to move one lever one way and another lever another way, and I'm scratching my head thinking, oh. And I was hoping my friend's husband was going to come today because I was going to say to him, will you show me how to do it again? I've got the instruction manual, but I'm not much good at reading instruction manuals. I need to be shown. I mean, the plumber showed me how to do it, and then I've forgotten. And then I think my next door neighbour showed me how to do it, and I've forgotten. But it's very seriously lacking more to my boiler. So I need to fill it up. I'll have to get the manual out and try and have a read at it. Because you're not supposed to let the water go before, you know, down past a certain level, are you? Otherwise it's bad for your boiler. And I don't want any more things to go wrong that I need to pay for. Yeah, all the things on my eBay shop have been relisted because nothing's sold. Oh, I tried. I am very trying. And I was going to get the baby stuff out of the garage, but, you know, it's not been a good week pain-wise, so I thought I'll leave it for a better week, yeah. I still don't know if Sue's coming next week. She said she'd confirm it as soon as she'd found out what her other half was doing, because she needs him to look after the other 2 dogs. Maybe she'll phone me tomorrow, because she said weekend. Well, it's still weekend, isn't it? She said, I'll let you know. It was on the driveway this afternoon, the bird, being fed by its mummy. So it's thriving. It can fly now. But it still seems to like my driveway, yeah. There's 2 of them, but I haven't seen the second one with the poorly foot. I haven't seen that one for a couple of days. I've just seen the normal one, the one that shouts at me off my garage roof, yeah. It's obviously Michael Flatley's offspring because it keeps dancing on my conservatory roof. Oh. Yep. Oh, this is why I never would make a blanket. I'm struggling now with this on my knee. I had a magpie today walking along the fence, made a change from the seagull. I used to have magpies at the other house when I was in Prestwich. We obviously didn't get seagulls there. We had doves. I think they were doves. You know, the ones that go woo woo, woo woo, wood pigeons, that's it, not doves. And we used to have magpies and little birds. I think they're sparrows, aren't they? But here, all we ever get really is seagulls squawking the blooming heads off. When my friend's husband come last week, he said, "Have you got a baby seagull around here?" I went, "Yeah." He said, "I can hear it." Because he was in the backyard. Him and his son was putting the fairy lights up and washing the dust off my garage, but he didn't do my window. I wanted him to do my window and he didn't. This window's like frosted glass. It's like mucky. But I've just not been, you know, this week it's been a bit of a trial. I've done virtually kind of nothing this week, really. My attitude is I'll do it when I can. You know, I'm not a dirty person. I do the cleaning when I can do it, yeah. If I can't do it, I can't do it. That's the end of it, isn't it? If I was rich, you know, if I was a rich man, well, if I was a rich woman, I should say, I'd have a cleaner, you know. Wouldn't we all? Cleaner and a chef. And a bigger house. And a lovely, lovely craft room. Full of custom-built shelving to hold on the wall. And, oh, what wouldn't we have if we had a load of money? Dearie me. I keep waiting for all these people who rely on their money from YouTube because they've altered all the parameter things and said you've got to have more views and you've got to have more subscribers and stuff before they'll pay you now. So all these people who like depend on it, you know, it's their income. They're all having a whinge and a whine. Don't bother me much because I don't really get paid. When I get paid, it's like, hey, it's like a bonus. When I get any money, it's great, you know, hooray. I don't rely on it for my bills or anything. It's a good job, isn't it? Yeah, I've still got to tidy up the rest of my spare bedroom straw craft room and sort that knitting machine out. There's not much left to do on the knitting machine, it's just bits. It's more or less together. It's just me messing about, not doing it. I will reply on the tips, the coffee tips. Well, seeing as I'm not likely to win the lottery, you know, you just hope, don't you? You think, well, I'm in it to win it. I've got a chance. Probably a very slim chance, but, you know, there is a chance, isn't there? I keep winning £1. Well, in actual fact, I don't win £1, do I? I lose £1.50 because I pay £2.50 to win £1. So it's a bit, you don't win anything, do you, really? You're saving up for a carpet. I'm saving up for lots of things. I can't remember what I'm saving up for first. There's so many things I want. First, get the savings, then decide what you're going to buy with them when you get them. I'm trying my best to save up. It's difficult when you're on a fixed income. I mean, I don't mean that because there are lots of people who are on here are on the same boat as me. So I'm not saying, oh, woe is me, because lots of people are on a fixed income these days, yeah. I know I would, but I've had the same numbers forever. And I know if I give the numbers up, they'll come up, yeah. because that's my look, in it, yeah. Yeah, you've just got to keep on going, don't you? As long as you can pay your bills. I mean, luxuries are a thing we can all do without. They're nice. It's nice to have luxuries, but we can all do without them, to be quite honest, can't we? We don't need them. We want them, but we don't need them. That's the thing, I think a lot of people make that mistake these days. A lot of the young ones, oh, they need this, they need that. They don't. They just want it, yeah. Oh, yeah, the bills have always got to come first. They always have done all my life. I was taught that by my parents. You put your money on one side for all your bills before you do anything else. But I think so many young ones, well, older ones as well, don't have any sort of grasp of basic economics. I think they should teach more of it at school, how to manage your money and stuff. I think it's worse these days because we're on these cards, aren't we? When you had cash in your purse, you knew when your cash ran out, it ran out, didn't it? Because you didn't get any more until the next week. But I think when you've got a card, it's so easy to just pay with a card. And then you got overdrawn before you realise. Whereas when you put a set amount of money, I mean, a friend of mine, she still draws out money each week and she just spends that money. And that's it. She said she balances her books better that way because she knows that's what she's got to balance with. And, I mean, we've all had cheese on toast, haven't we, when it's got to Friday, when the money's run out, egg and chips. We've all done it. But it teaches you how to be more frugal and how to balance. But it's something that doesn't get taught in school, and they don't know how to budget or how to balance, yeah. I mean, my parents never had much until I was a teenager when they got the wool shops. And even then, at first, they didn't have any money because when you first get a shop, you don't get any profit. You have to put the money back into the shop for about the first 2 or 3 years, which a lot of people don't realise. When they start a business, they think that, everything coming into the till is theirs. But you're always a year behind with your taxes and things like that. And you've always got to put more stock into the shop. So the first 2 or 3 years of having a shop, the money is just as tight as it was before. So we only actually had not a lot of money, but we actually only had money when I became a teenager, really. I mean, the first few years of my life, we didn't have anything, yeah. Anything at all, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying my hardest, obviously, to... Oh, I've got a new friend suggestion. Never even heard of it. Somebody called Cilla, but it's not Cilla Black. Yeah. It's hard to put savings aside, but I'm working on it. If it's only a little bit, anything I sell, if I do sell anything, I've been putting the money straight back into my savings instead of into my ordinary bank account. And it's little by little, but that's how you save up, isn't it? I'm not one of these that when I get something extra, I think, oh, great, I'll go and splash out and I'll buy this, that, and the other. My idea of splashing out is a £3 dress off eBay. That's my idea of splashing out, yeah. Yeah, I go mad and spend a couple of quid, yeah. But I'm saving it from landfill. And I love it as much as the person who had it before. Probably even more than the person who had it before, yeah. The only thing I buy new is I do get tempted in that Moonbeams and Mayhem. And their dresses are not cheap. But I know that when I get them, they will last me and I will wear them. and they don't make me sweat and go all ooky like the synthetic-y ones do. Yeah. That one I had on the other day, you know, the one I said made me feel frumpy. I've washed it, it's going in the charity bag here. I know I'll never wear it again. Yeah, well, I spent mine. I didn't intend to, did I, Dottie? But I mean, when your main drain goes, you've got to fix it, haven't you? It's not a question of a choice, is it? We've all got to flush the loo, haven't we? No, I didn't like that dress. I felt frumpy and it made me feel depressed. I'm very, very colour and style conscious. If I put something on and it makes me feel miserable, it has to go, you know. It doesn't matter if I've only just bought it. I just didn't like it. There was just something I just didn't like. And the material it was made out of was not nice either. I was sweating like mad and I don't sweat. But it made me feel clammy. I thought, no, you don't like this dress. Don't put it back in the wardrobe. I donate some of my stuff to the battered wives. I mean, I had two, I don't wear sweatshirts, so why the heck I had two sweatshirts, I don't know. So I put two sweatshirts in a bag and a pair of jogging bottoms, which I never wear. Why the heck I had jogging bottoms, I don't know. So I put them in a bag and gave them last week. But this week it'll be that dress, and I'll save that dress until I've got a couple more things, yeah. If a thing doesn't make me happy, I don't care how much I've spent on it, I won't wear it, yeah. Yeah, it's not so much the style or whatever, it's how you feel when you put something on. I mean, if you're a casual kind of person and it makes you feel good to wear casual, then wear it. You know, and everybody doesn't have to be like me. But I have to dress up or put my makeup on and do my hair. I can't slop about the house wearing a scraggy old t-shirt and a pair of jogging bottoms. No. Even though I'm not going anywhere, I can't do it because I feel miserable all day. You know, my son used to say to me, "Where are you going, Mum?" And he said, "Nowhere." He said, "Well, you're all dressed up." I said, "Yeah, I know." But that's what I do. I get pleasure out of looking at my clothes in the morning and deciding what I'm going to put on. You know, the only time you'll see me scruffy is if I was, well, I don't do it now, but if I used to be painting or, you know, doing the cleaning or something, I might have something scraggy on them. But apart from that, no. No, I don't own any t-shirts. And the only leggings I own are the ones I wear underneath my trousers when it's cold, yeah. But that's just me. Yeah, that's just me. They used to say to me when I was working, "Have you got a pair of shoes for every colour of everything you ever wear?" And I used to say, "Yeah, I do." I had all the colours. I haven't got them now because I don't wear them. But I used to have shoes in every colour, you know, green, red, blue. Every time I went to work, they said, "What you got on today?" You know, and I said, "Well, you know." And the girl I worked on reception with, she wore the same flipping dress every day. I hope she washed it in between. She wore the same dress every single day. And it was a miserable button-down dress. I used to think, have you not got anything else to wear? I mean, she wasn't poor. It wasn't her only frock. But that's all she ever wore. You knew when she walked through the door what she'd have on. This grey button-down dress. It was like a uniform with her. Maybe she had more than one. Maybe she alternated them and I never noticed. Yeah. Oh, when I was married, one of my husband's friends was gay, and he was fantastic. He'd come to the house, and if we were all going out somewhere, he used to say, "Janet, you're not wearing that." He used to say, "Come on, let's look in your wardrobe." And he'd go, "Right, that, put that on." And then he'd start altering my makeup and doing my hair because he was a hairdresser. He'd say, "I'm not going out with you looking like that." He was another one that used to say to me, "That's frumpy, you're not wearing that." "How old are you?" He said, "You're 20 something, you're not 50. Get that off." Uh, but my ex was awful. We'd go shopping and I'd be like in my 20s and he'd be looking at pleated skirts and twin sets and stuff like that. And I'm going, "That's for what your mother would wear. That's not me." And he said, "But they're smart, frilly blouses and stuff." That's another thing I don't own. I don't own a blouse. You know, button down, button through. I had them when I worked. And the minute I retired, I got rid of a lot of them. All my business suits, all my shirts and everything went. I said, "I will never ever wear them again." So they just went. I gave all them to the battered wives. Great big bagfuls of work clothes and work shoes and everything. I just gave them all away. Yeah, the driver, I said to rang them up and said, "Would somebody come and pick them up?" And they said, "Well, no, can you not bring them?" I said, "No." I said, "I've got big bagfuls here." When the driver come, he said, "Oh, I was expecting a couple of carrier bags." He said, "I weren't expecting 6 bin bags full. And one bin bag was just full of shoes." Yeah. Why do men want you to wear something frumpy? I mean, I wouldn't wear what he was picking out for me then. I wouldn't wear now. To me, I'd say they were old ladies' clothes. I know I'm 80, but I don't wear old ladies' clothes. Twin set and pleated skirt. No, thank you. Who the heck wears Winsmore pleated skirts? Yeah, no, thank you. Not for me. I've always been a bit of a rebel. I told you that before. I used to crochet things and make things and wear things that were always a bit unusual. I would have lived in Carnaby Street if I'd have had the money. The only thing I never liked was that punk era. And I've never really wanted to be a goth. I quite like some of the outfits that they wear, like old frills and flounces and the corsets and stuff. I quite like the clothes they wear. But I've never wanted to dress all in black, really. I worked with a goth lad when I worked at the job centre. He looked like, I won't tell you what he looked like. He was as white as a ghost. And he used to wear all head to foot black. A bit forward. I'd have just said, "You're a bit frumpy." One of the ladies at Knit Club said she was describing me to somebody, and she said, "The lady who's always coordinated with the necklaces on," and they all went, "Jan, we know who you mean." But lots and lots of people have said, "Oh, you've encouraged me to actually wear something a bit brighter or wear something that fits." Yeah. I keep saying, "Don't wear big baggy things. You're not fat. Don't wear big baggy things." That top I had on the other day, that like a flimsy top thing, it was huge. I thought, that's not being worn again. It must have been a hangover from when I was size 24. I must have kept it because I liked it. And then when I put it on the other day, I thought, no, it's not you, Janet. Not you at all. It isn't so much being dark, it's if it's dreary. You know, like some colours I call drab. What I think it is when you get older, your colouring changes. And colours that you used to wear and look good in when you were young, all of a sudden you don't. You know, I mean, I absolutely loathe beige. But yet when I was dark-haired and much younger, I could carry beige. I could wear something beige. But now I can't because it just makes me look beige from head to foot. You know, it makes me fade into the wallpaper if I wear beige now. You know, I think it's all a matter of like your colouring and your hair colouring and, you know, don't still wear what used to suit you when you were young because your skin colour's changed. Everything's changed when you get older. I mean, I'm much paler now than I ever was when I was dark-haired. Because, I mean, I know I do, you know, do my hair blonde, but if you look at the sides, there's nothing showing through anymore now. It's as pale grey as it comes at the sides now. You know, at one time it would have been black showing through, you know, but now, no. So I've obviously gone whiter. You know, every time my niece does my hair, she says there's less and less dark in my hair now. It's all going paler and paler. So obviously I mean, I've got makeup on, otherwise I'd be even paler still. I look like an uncouth chip without my makeup on. So obviously if I was to wear beige as well, oh, can you imagine? I'm watching a lady on Instagram. She's an old lady and she wears brighter things and she goes, stop being invisible. She said, you are not an invisible person. Stop wearing, you know, colours that make you fade into. She says, wear your red outfit, wear your lipstick, yeah. Oh, I'm all natural. I haven't got any plumped up lips and Botox. And I don't like needles when I have to have them. I don't even like having to inject myself, you know, for my diabetes. I don't even like that, but I do it because I have to, because it's health reasons. But I wouldn't, if I had to stick a needle in myself every week to make me look younger, I wouldn't bother, you know. If anybody came near my face with Botox needles, I'd be like, go away. Don't come nearer, don't come closer. It's bad enough at the dentist, isn't it, when they come at you? This won't hurt. Yeah, I've heard that before. Jabbing it in the back of my throat. Go away. I used to have a really nice dentist and he used to rub like some gel, you know, that made you back of your, you know, inside your cheek go a bit numb. And you didn't feel the needle, but the dentist I have, well, I don't have her at the moment, him at the moment, he doesn't do that. It's just like the needle and yeah. You have to do that, you know. And I mentioned to him about this and he went, oh no, we don't bother with that. I thought, yeah, it probably costs you money, doesn't it? For a bit of, you know, gel stuff, yeah. Yeah, my other dentist used to do that, put gel on to make it go a bit numb before they jabbed you, but this one doesn't. It just straight in with the bloody needle. Then they wonder why you don't want to go. Man, it's 60 odd quid before you cross the doorstep. And they make you pay before you even go in to see them. Yeah, they take you 60 quid off you before you get to see the dentist. And then if you need anything else doing, you've got to pay again before you leave. You know, I'm like, I'll pay. So I'll just keep my teeth as they are. Oh, one of our girls at knit club, she's had to have all her teeth took out. Not for vanity reasons. She's got something medically wrong and she's had to have her teeth taken out. And he was showing her all the colours, you know, like for teeth and that. And she says, don't be giving me that Rylands white. She says, I don't want them. She says, I want... He says, well, we could do yellow at one end. He said, like you smoked about 60 cigarettes a day. She said, well, no, I don't want yellow teeth. She says, can you go a bit further in? He said, well, this is the one my mum has. And she says, how old's your mum? And he said, 70 something. She says, right, that'll do for me then. I'll have that colour. She said, if it's natural enough for your mother, it's natural enough for me. Yeah, he said he can have white ones. She says, I don't want white ones, no. Yeah, they don't use it. I mean, I had a brilliant dentist and he was really concerned about, you know, how you were feeling and, you know, did I want to wear headphones with music and things like that, you know. But nowadays, dentists today, they don't give a damn, you know. It's just money mad, aren't they? You need a root canal? I said, no, I don't. I said, I'm 80. I said, I am not paying £300 and odd for a root canal. I said, take it out. Oh, but you won't have any teeth left. I said, well, I'll just suck something then. I'll stop chewing. Yeah, but I mean, at one time you went and you had the treatment, then you came downstairs and you paid. The dentist I'm at now, you pay when you go in before you even see. You pay the 60 odd quid, like, just to see him. Whether they think they're going to run out and run down the street without paying, I don't know. But then if you do have a filling or anything while you're up there, you have to pay again. But usually they don't do the filling there and then. They make another appointment and you've got to go back again. And yet it's another load of money just to go for the filling. And I'm like, what happened to doing it there and then when you were there? If you needed a filling, they used to do it, didn't they? But now it's no, you've got to make another appointment. You're only booked in for a 10-minute slot and all that jazz. Then they wonder why you don't go back. They've been ringing me and telling me I'm overdue. I've just not bothered answering them. So now they've stopped sending me a message. They've probably crossed me off the list. I said, I'll find another dentist. I'll not bother. I'll wait till something goes wrong and then I'll find myself a dentist. I don't know where there is one where I live here now. There's one, but I don't think it's a dentist. I think it's one that does your false teeth, you know. Dental technician or something, yeah. I don't think it's an actual dentist. Yeah, we used to have one of them dental technicians when I lived in Wrighton, and my mum went. She'd had no end of trouble with her false teeth. And she went to this bloke, and he just was a dental technician. And he just took an implant off her and said, these teeth that they've given you, they just don't fit right. They're wrong, completely wrong. And he made her a perfect set, and she never had any bit of trouble with them. And yet the dentist had given her these teeth, and she looked like Mr. Ed, you know. Yeah. I mean, I had work done on my front teeth, and the filling fell out. And when I went back, she'd left. But apparently my guarantee went with her, because they're all kind of like rent-a-chair dentists there. The dentist is not responsible for anybody's work, only the dentist that you saw. So I had to pay again to have my front teeth refilled because the dentist who'd done it buzzed off. So I got no guarantee, which I think is all wrong. He said, oh, we don't repair for free anybody else's work. And I thought, well, it's the same dentist, same company. That really, really annoyed me, having to pay twice for my front teeth being filled. And it was her crappy dentistry that made them fall out in the first place. Don't we get on some subjects here? Don't we get on to some subjects? Dental therapist. What's that, to talk you through it? Mate, you probably need therapy when you get the bill, Nathan. Just lie down and don't think about it. Everything will be all right. Look into my eyes. You know, all this, and you've got to see a hygienist. No, I don't. I'm not bothering. But your teeth need, no, I'll clean them myself. Don't bother. I'm not paying any more for a hygienist. Leave it. Yeah, I wish you too. A bit like the pain management clinic, isn't it, Chris? Distract yourself. I said to the last pain management clinic, what do you want me to do? Bang my head against the wall? Well, in that case, they're a dentist then, Nathan, aren't they? Dental therapists. It's like when you don't see the doctor and you see the, what's it called? Nurse practitioner, don't you, these days, yeah? What the heck is a nurse practitioner? I had to Google today. I watch a lady, and admittedly she lives in Japan, and she does this crocheting and stuff, and she says she's opened her atelier, and I had to look up what atelier was. Apparently it's a workshop or a shop. I thought, well, why didn't you just say that? Oh, well, you know how trouble I had with the receptionist when I rang up on Friday about my pills that didn't arrive, yeah? I'm not medically trained, she said. I can't look at your thing. And I'm thinking, well, you're answering the phone. What are you doing? And if you ask them to make an appointment for you, they can't do that. So I thought, well, why are you sat at reception? And obviously you can't do anything. Why are you sat there? You know, what do you actually do? You can't make appointments. You can't look at anything. You can't tell me this because you can't, I'm not prescription medically trained, I mean, why is she sat there then? What they employed her for? What does she do all day besides fend people off? No, when I said, can I have an appointment? And she goes, no, you have to go through your computer to make an appointment and that. I mean, I had to go at the social security bloke, social services bloke. And I said, it's all right telling people to fill things in. My age group don't do computers. I mean, I do, but I'm unusual. And I said, people my age are not getting, the things that they need or they want because they can't do a computer and they don't know how to fill things in online. I said, it's wrong of you, to not be, not be on the end of a phone. It's wrong. I said, I know people like in my knitting group, for example, who don't even own a computer. They wouldn't know how to do anything online. I mean, some people are quite, yeah, they kept telling me all the time I was trying to get through. I waited on the phone for 45 minutes the first time, and all it kept saying was, you can do this all online, If you go to www.da. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do it online. I want to speak to somebody. Well, I tried with an app first of all, but it wasn't asking me the questions that I wanted any help with. And there was no way round. It was like, what are you inquiring about? And it was like A, B, C, and D. And none of those A, B, C, and D, applied to what I was actually trying to ask them. And there was no, and it says, does this answer your query? And I kept going, no. And then it just gave me another set of things. And it was like the same thing all over again. Does this answer your query? No. And then it just went round and round and round in a circle. And I said to this bloke on the phone, I said, this is ridiculous. You know, do you not want anybody to apply? Is that the rule? Is that the ruse? Anybody elderly that needs help doesn't get it because they can't fill, the form in. It's just, makes me angry. I mean, I think I told you one time I got told off at the job centre. I got a rollicking off the boss because I'd helped an old lady. She was deaf. She couldn't see very well and she'd lost her pension book. You know, when you used to go to the post office with a pension book, she'd lost it. And they just kept saying she had to go on the phone. She had to go on the phone and she was deaf. She couldn't hear on the phone. She didn't have a phone at home. She didn't have a computer. She didn't have any family to help her. So I sorted it all out for her. I went on the phone. I went, and said she was deaf. And I said, they want you to say yes. And, she said, oh, I'll try to listen to say yes to them. So when it was all over, I'd been half an hour and I managed to sort out that they were going to send her out a new pension book because she'd lost it. I managed to do all that. I got the by the boss. It's not your place to do that. Anyway, apparently they could hear me outside the office because I just yelled at her. I went, so I'm not supposed to help anybody elderly then? I said, so when they come in, I said, I'm supposed to ignore them. I said, that could have been my mum. And I just yelled at her. And the charter was on the wall, what the job centre stood for, helping people, this, that, and the other. I went, read the charter. What does that say? And she's like, but. I said, it's not your job. It's not your job. I said, I don't care. I said, and I'll tell you what. I said, if another 80-year-old lady comes in who's deaf and blind, I shall do it all over again. I said, so report me. She said, I could put you on report or something. I said, well, do it then. Apparently they were all listening outside. She was not getting the better of me, no. After that, she didn't like me after that. I wonder why. I'm quite meek and mild and a lot of things go past me, but when something pushes a button, I can be very, big words, the lot comes out. The education starts to show. I use enormous words. And I literally wipe the floor with people when it comes to... I mean, my friend was listening to me one time. I was arguing with the gas board, something or other they were trying to charge me for. And she went, when she came off the phone, she went, honestly, she says, you were brilliant. She said, you didn't lose your temper. You didn't shout at them. She said, but you had them right where you wanted them. She said, you wrapped them up in little knots with words and they couldn't get out of it. And in the end, they had to agree to what I was saying. Yeah. And I did the same with Amazon the other week. I think I told you I bought that post box thing and they wouldn't accept it back. They wouldn't give me a postpaid label because they said it was through a third party. And I had to contact this third party to claim back the postage that I had to pay to take it to send it back. I went, no, not doing it. I said, you sold it to me. You were the vendor. I said, I was in business. I said, and I know that you as the vendor are responsible for taking it back if it's faulty and it's, whatever. I said, so no, you're not getting me to send it back and get me money back and that. No. I said, you are sending me out a label. Oh, no, we can't do this. No, we can't do that. I said, right, I want to speak to your supervisor. So they put me on to the supervisor. So I told him the same thing. I said, do you want me to report you to trading standards? I said, because you sold me this post box and it's not right. I said, so I am not paying £7 or £8 to send it back and having to claim back the money off the company. I said, I bought it from you, so therefore you pay for me to send it back. Anyway, eventually they sent me a postpaid label. And my friend at Knit Club, she said, oh, I can't send this, that and the other back. I said, yeah, you will. I said, and you'll get a postpaid label if you stick to your guns. I said, they try it up, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I've got, if you knew, Susan, how many necklaces I have got. I've got a Kallax unit. It's got four Kallaxes, and each one's got a drawer. And in each drawer, I've got necklace in an organza bag. Each one's bagged separately, and they're in colours. I've got black, green, pink, all the way. And then on a coat hanger, I've got the multicoloured ones that you can't categorise as one colour or another. I've got them all pinned onto a coat hanger. So you name it. I've got a necklace for it, yeah. And I won't pay anything for them. I only get them off eBay in bundles and things. Yeah. This one I think I did pay more for because I think this one was new. I think I did fancy this one that was new, yeah. Not very often I buy a new one, but sometimes I do. If I see something that really takes my eye, yeah. Oh, they get, yeah. Oh, I buy them all the time. I have fits. Oh, I'll go months and months and months and I won't buy anything. And then I'll start, right, I need some new necklaces. And I will start going through. And I always go through the bundles to see what I can get for a bargain, yeah. I mean, the ones I don't want, I just give them a friend or give them to the charity shop. I mean, I'll pay like a fiver if there's just two that I like, yeah. Very rarely I buy just a one necklace because then you've got to pay the postage and everything like that. And so you finish up paying about a fiver or more for one necklace. But if you buy a bundle, you might pay like, say, £10, but you might get 20 necklaces, but you're still paying the same postage. So then you divide it up and you've really only paid about £1.50 or £2 for a necklace, yeah? And that's the way I usually do it, yeah. But sometimes I think this one I paid full price for, which was unusual, but that's what I did. I tell you, I'm an eBay queen. Vinted, not so much. I never seem to find anything on Vinted. Everybody else is Vinted mad, but I very rarely find anything that I like on Vinted. I don't know why. If they do have my style of dresses, they're always about £34 or something. And I'm like, no, I can go on Moonbeams and Mayhem and pay that and get a new one. So no, I'm not paying £30 on Vinted for a second-hand dress. What tickles me with Vinted is they put these crumple-looking things up, and I'm like, if you're trying to sell it, you might at least iron it. Have you ever seen them? They're all screwed up and crumpled on the coat hanger, and I'm like, really? You want me to pay for that? No. At least you might put an iron around it. I mean, people have said that to me. Oh, if your crocheting's not selling on eBay, why don't you put it on Vinted? But I can't. Because Vinted, if they think you are making anything to sell, they think you are a business, you're off. It's happened to 3 of my friends. They let you put a couple of things on, and then they sort of get wise that they're new and you've made them to sell, and then you're booted off. Not only are you booted off, you're banned, they ban you from Vinted, yeah. So that's why nothing of mine will go on Vinted. I don't even put my clothes and stuff on Vinted. I can't be bothered with them. You've been busy causing so much pain. What, you mean you're in pain or you've been causing the pain? You're like me, I'm a pain in the neck with most people, yeah. Right, I've got a bit left in that can, but I need another can. It's only Pepsi, by the way. I'm not on the beer. Right. Da 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 da. I need to chop this dress. When my pinking shears come tomorrow, I'm going to cut a bit off the bottom. It's very, very long. See, look, it's got birdies on it. And it's got what they call Montserrat or something. I call them a cheese plant. Mont something or other is the real name for them. Yeah. Yeah, I need to cut about that much off the bottom. So I've ordered some pinking shears. So I'm going to cut with pinking shears, and then I can. Well, it's been overlocked actually. The bottom of this. Very naughty Joe Brown. He could at least have hemmed it properly. So I'm going to. I haven't got an overlocker, but I've got zigzag on my machine. So I'll chop it off with pinking shears and zigzag it because I can't be bothered sewing it. Or I might go around with the machine, sew around with the machine. Monstera, that's the one, Monstera. I've got 3 of them on my window bottom. I tell you, I don't like nets, and I absolutely loathe vertical blinds. So to stop people staring in my big bay window, I've got plants. A natural barrier for people who are nosy. Yeah. I'm not having blinds, I'm the devil. Oh. I know some people adore blinds, don't they? They always remind me of dentist waiting rooms. All waiting rooms and offices have vertical blinds. So to me, that's where they belong. They don't belong in a hole. The only blinds I like are those wooden shutters. The ones that shut too. I love those. But they are so expensive. Oh, I don't like nets. I'm sorry, Dolly, but I don't. Ooh, it's going to come over the top. That was a bit of bad pouring. You'll never be a barmaid, Janet. See, I got a new glass and it fits a full can in. My charity shop find for £1. It's a Carlin. Probably somebody nicked it off a pub, didn't they? But I wanted a pint glass, couldn't find one anywhere. Like, I'm not paying for fortune for it to come off at Amazon. When I moved, I let my son have all the pint glasses because I thought I'm never going to need a pint glass. And then I think, when it's hot weather, I'd love a pint, with loads of ice in. I don't mean a pint of beer, I mean a pint of soft drink with a load of ice in, yeah. Oh, excuse me. I can't put the... Where's it gone? I've lost me. Where's it gone? I've lost me. My heat pad. Oh, I sat on it. That's why I've lost my heat pad. Not that it's switched on, but it's not doing it much good with my weight on it, is it? Yeah, I'm too warm. I like the warmth of the heat pad to ease me back, but I don't like the warmth of the heat pad when it's making me hot. Yeah, it's got loads and loads of tiny little gold buttons all the way down this dress. And it's got little sequins on the top, if you can see them glittering. It hasn't got them all the way down, it's just got them on there. You've got a sippy cup with Betty Boop on. I haven't got to that stage of a sippy cup yet. Although sometimes I could do with one when I knock everything over. Or spill it all down my dress, yeah. Well, I had a big dinner, like a Sunday dinner today. I couldn't eat it. So it's gone in a container and it's gone into the fridge. I'll have the other half of it tomorrow. So at least I don't have to cook again tomorrow. I've already got it there. I thought, what have you done with such a big dinner for? When you don't eat it? Because it was meat and roast potatoes and vegetables. I just fancied like a Sunday dinner, you know, without being Sunday. But then it's too much for me. I'm like, what did you make all that for? I mean, at one time in my life, I would have ate it, but now I got a few forkfuls into it, and then I was like, that's it, you know. I'm trying to make sure I have enough to do my band. I've got to do the bottom bit because it's too short, isn't it, without a bottom bit. But I haven't got any more of this wool. I only had 6 balls to start off with. And I don't know why, but this 6 balls hasn't gone as far as the last one I made in Boho Spirit. But this was not a very good batch because it was full of bits that, like short pieces, that it looked like something had nibbled them. And nothing had. It hadn't been attacked by the moths or anything. It was just in little pieces, and then there was knots in it and everything. It's a bad batch, this one. Oh, fried crochet. I always do courgettes with onions. Courgettes with onions, yeah. But I don't cook them until they go soggy. Yeah, that's the way I would do courgettes. I wouldn't put peppers in. I'd just go do courgettes and onions. I wanted to do ratatouille the other day, and I went into Morrison's and there wasn't an aubergine or a courgette in sight. So it mustn't be the season for them. So that was my ratatouille. Well, I bought 2 tins. Not the same thing, is it? I bought 2 tins of ratatouille. But fancy no courgettes and no aubergines, or whatever you call them in America. You call them something else, don't you? You don't call them aubergines. Zucchini, that's it, isn't it? Zucchini. No, that's courgettes, isn't it? What do they call? What do you call it? Aubergines. They call them something else, don't they? I'd be confused if I went to America. I wouldn't be able to. I'd be saying I want one of them, whatever they are, whatever you call them. And I still can't get over chips. Chips are crisps over there. If you want chips, you've got to ask for fries. I mean, fries over here are little skinny things, like little twiglets. I wouldn't know what to ask for if I went to America. I'd be struggling. Zucchini, I thought that was what we call courgettes. Or am I wrong with that? Is the zucchini eggplant? That's what they call it, an eggplant. What has it got to do with an egg? An eggplant. Grits. God knows what grits are. It looks like something off the bottom of a bird cage to me. I mean, grit sounds like gritty bits, doesn't it? It sounds revolting. If somebody said, do you want grits? I'd be going like, no, I don't want nothing gritty, thank you. Grits at the bottom of the bird cage, aren't they? You know, that paper stuff you put. Yeah, they're purple now. There's some weird and wonderful vegetables. I mean, when we used to have the market used to come to Prestwich every now and again, and they used to have purple broccoli and purple cauliflower. You know, you think, and different coloured tomatoes. They had like black tomatoes and green tomatoes and All different coloured tomatoes, yeah. Which you don't see, you know. We only usually see red tomatoes, don't we? I didn't know they came yellow and green and black and whatever. But purple broccoli and purple cauliflower. I'm like, what? Looked very exotic. It didn't taste any different, but it looked very exotic, yeah. Purple sprouting broccoli, it was called. That's one thing I haven't got. I haven't got any vegetables, yeah. Yeah, we don't have to run to the mailbox, do we? We just don't. It's just there at the front door. It drives me nutty, that, going to the mailbox. I mean, I've got a mailbox, but that's for parcels. I got sick of not being in when Amazon didn't come on the day they said they were coming. I got fed up with them putting parcels on my doorstep. So I bought a mailbox. But it's a big box for parcels. It's not for letters or anything. But letters, they come through the door, don't they? Well, considering I made a big dinner and didn't eat it, I'm now feeling hungry. That's my trouble, is I make big things to eat and then I don't want them because I only eat little bits and pieces. I didn't even eat half of the dinner, so I put it in a container and put it in the fridge. I'll warm it up tomorrow. Save me cooking tomorrow, won't it? But I need some vegetables and some salad. That's the one thing I haven't got. But I don't want to do an online order because I spend too much. I might go down to Cleveland's on Monday if it's not raining. Go down to Marks and Spencer's while it's still here before they close it down. But then I'll be stuck with Aldi. Dearie me. I'm very rare going to Aldi unless I have to. Keto diet. I wish I could stick to diets. I can't. I try to eat healthy, and that's as much as I do. But as soon as anybody says diet, my brain goes, no. I'm very poor at doing a diet, yeah. Orange carrots. I must admit, I've not seen purple carrots. Maybe they don't make it over to Britain. I'm not a lover of carrot. I love a raw carrot, a raw grated carrot. But I'm not a lover of them cooked. Oh, I can't be doing with that. Weighing stuff and counting calories. It's just alien to my brain. I don't know why. The minute people say diet, I want to eat more. You know, they say go on a diet, I want a chocolate bar. I'm just really a rebel when it comes to dieting. The word diet is like, I'm allergic to it, I think. I'll cut down and I'll limit myself to eating stuff, but by myself. I don't go to any Weight Watchers and stuff like that. No, I don't like parsnips at all. I don't like parsnips and I don't really like turnip. I like most vegetables, but I really just don't take to them. At Christmas time they do parsnips, you know, and I'm like, don't give me any of them. I don't want to. And I cannot eat kale. Kale is disgusting. I saw a thing on Facebook that said the best way to cook kale is to cook it in coconut oil. And I thought, that's unusual. They said that makes it easier to scrape it in the bin. Hi, Vicky. I don't eat much pasta, rice, or things like that, Dottie. So, and I try not to eat many potatoes. Although I did have roasties today, but I didn't eat many. I've got most of them in the fridge. But I tried to cut down on bread, pasta, rice, potatoes. Yeah, I tend to bulk up on vegetables really. My meal usually consists of two different vegetables and, like you say, some kind of fresh meat or fish. Yeah. Oh, I don't like kale. It tastes bitter to me. I just really don't. I'll eat cabbage, but not kale. It's like Americans. What the heck is rutabaga or something? Is that like cabbage or something? Ruda, rutabaga or something they have, yeah. Oh, thank you, Vicky. Yeah. My virus shawl is I do that because I don't need a pattern. So when I'm doing anything like the live, I'm crocheting like a hexi jacket. I don't have to think about it. So if I'd have finished this hexi tonight, which I probably won't, but if I'd have finished this tonight, I probably would have started a virus shawl because I haven't thought about what I'm going to make next. I had thought about crocheting like a vintage dress, not for myself, a mini dress. But then again, I don't know whether anybody would buy it because nobody seems to be buying anything. Oh, no, I wouldn't want the parsnips. I don't mind lentil soup. I don't mind carrot soup. And I don't even mind celery, but no. I don't like bulgur wheat either. And these people who scatter seeds on salads. Oh, sunflower seeds and oh God, it's like eating the budgie's food, isn't it? Seed is something you give to the birds. I don't want it sprinkling on me blooming food. I just can't understand why people like crunching their way through seeds. Animals eat seeds. We don't eat seeds. You know, handful of sunflower seeds. No, thank you. No, I'm not chomping away. That'll be two parsnips too many. I'm sorry, but no. I've bypassed parsnips. You like seeds? Oh, God, no. I don't even like seeded bread. It gets stuck in your teeth. As my mum used to say, they get under my plate. I mean, I don't have false teeth, but why would you sit and eat seeds? You're not a budgie. Do they start growing inside you? No, no, no. I watch a young woman and she's always putting seeds all over her food and that. And I'm like, why have you just ruined your perfectly good dinner by scattering seeds on the top of it? No. It's like sesame, isn't it? What the heck do you want sesame in anything for? sesame seeds. Why would you sit and eat seeds? I just don't get it at all. Won't they get stuck in your teeth? Yeah. Yeah, my mum used to tell me don't swallow apple pips and orange pips because they'll grow in your stomach. And don't eat bubble gum because that makes your insides stick together. And I swallowed some once when I was a little girl and I was, oh God, I was terrified my insides were going to stick together. Sesame seed, oh no. I used to eat poppy seeds when they were on a Jewish bagel. I don't mean the rubbishy things you buy in the supermarket. I mean a proper Jewish bagel. I used to get the sesame seed ones then. Not the sesame seed, the poppy seed ones. Oh, well, that's nice of you to watch the replay, Vicky. I need all the watches I can get because YouTube's changed everything. Doesn't affect me because, like, I don't bother. I don't get paid much anyways, you know. But these people who do YouTube videos, you know, for their living kind of thing, they're all having a whine, aren't they, in a moan because they're not getting they're paying less, aren't they, they have to double the likes. Is it double the likes or double the watches? Something like that. I never get there anyway. I never get the so many thousand you're supposed to get paid. I don't get them anyway. So it don't worry me. But these people who rely on it for the yeah, you can buy me a coffee, anybody. It's purely voluntarily. I don't have any members only things or anything. As I keep saying, what would I do? Invite you into my secrets. I don't have any. Invite you into my patterns. I don't have any. So what the heck would I do with a members only? Nothing. I've got nothing. My life is an open book. I might have stuck a few pages together, but my life is an open book. There's parts of my life that could be a little bit questionable, you know what I mean? But we'll gloss over that part. I did go a little bit wild after my divorce. I think I turned into a teenager because I was a goody two-shoes in my teenage years. I never did half the things that teenagers got up to. So after I got divorced, I turned into an elderly teenager. I'm always being told that, Dottie, but I think it's part of your upbringing, isn't it? That you get told not to blow your own trumpet or whatever. Yeah, I went a bit wild after my divorce, yeah. Well, I'd never gone, like you said, never gone wild when I was a teenager. Never got drunk, never got anything, never did anything like that when I was a teenager. So I had to make up for it somehow, you know. How much wool have I got left? I'm eking my wool out because I've got to go round and do a border. I think I'm going to have to do my border. It's going to have to be a shorter jacket, this one. Never mind, it'll be a shorter jacket. Can't help that. I can't run out of wool for me edging. Yeah, well, we all have our moments, don't we? Some people went wild as a teenager. Some people went wild after that. I mean, I soon calmed down. It was just a mad period of my life where I did a lot of things that we need to gloss over, let's just say. Nothing illegal. You know, I didn't start smoking pot or anything like that. But I did tend to hit the bottle a little bit too much or whatever. all things I'd never done, like you say before. I mean, my son was grown up by the time I got divorced, so it didn't affect him. But I did go a little bit wild. If they asked me, I could write a book. I daren't. Like you said, I'd have to glue a few pages together and I wrote a book. Change people's names, you know, to protect the record, as they say. That was a programme that used to be on the telly, wasn't it? The things you are going to watch are true stories, but the names have been changed to protect the record or something. It was one of these old, like a crime thing, wasn't it? You know, it used to come on all the time. It used to go dude, dude. I can't remember what it was now. Anybody else remember it? That was the tagline as soon as it started. It used to say, what you are about to see are all true records or something. Dragnet, that was it? Yeah. Well, my book would be like that. This is a true story of Janet's life, but the names have been changed to protect the innocent. Well, not so much the innocent, the compliant. The people who do not wish to be associated with it. Oh, dear. You know, the people who now live very upright, respectable lives, who don't want to be linked to me. Count Drowns? No, I don't remember that. Court Drive? No, that mustn't have been one that I watched. I used to watch a funny thing like Tales of the Unexpected. Did you ever watch that? That used to be on for about half an hour or something. Tales of the Unexpected. Now, I used to watch things like Hawaii 5-0 and Sunset Strip, 77, Sunset Strip. Kick, kick. Cookie, cookie, lend me your comb. Now, I used to watch more kind of mystery things like that, yeah. You know, that Cannon, was he called, that big fat detective. And he used to show him running after people. He couldn't have run anywhere, could he? He was that fat. Frank Cannon, yeah. And then there was that one who used to live in a caravan. What was he called? Serpico or something. I used to watch all of those. Magnum and all them. That's what I used to watch. That Fantasy Island. And then that one where they were all on board a ship. And I'm so old, I used to watch Gilligan's Island and things like that, which the young ones have never heard of, yeah. And Phil Silvers. Yeah, Love Boat, yeah. Phil Silvers. Bilko. My dad used to love that. They don't make programs like they used to. It's probably as well, isn't it? That they don't make films like they used to. But it was all new to us, weren't it, back then? I mean, like TV was something we all watched, even though there was only one channel to watch, like the Love Boat, yeah. Yeah, I used to watch all that, yeah. Was it Magnum? And then that one where In With a Tash, and he used to be on. Was that Magnum PI? When he used to keep borrowing that red Ferrari thing. I think that was Magnum, wasn't it? Yeah, the house and the Ferrari belonged to somebody else, but he used to live there, didn't he? And you never saw the bloke who actually owned it, did you? It was a bit like, you know, when Farrah Fawcett made Charlie's Angels. You never actually saw Charlie, did you? Yeah, Tom Selleck, yeah. But they were all better. I mean, now we were saying this the other week, weren't we? That there's nothing on these days. Yeah, Higgins, that's it. Yeah, and the dog, and then I used to watch what she called Stephanie Powers, and they had that dog, didn't they? Um, Big dog, it was called Stephanie Powers, and what do you call? Oh, jeez, Freeway. That was it. Freeway the dog. I tell you, we all remember all these programs. I mean, I can't tell you any that's on now that I watch. I can't tell you anything that's running at the moment. Yeah, Stephanie Powers, yeah. She was good looking, wasn't she? Freeway, the dog, yeah. I used to like the butler. Hmm. I used to watch another thing. I don't think anybody really remembers it. And it used to be about this family. Oh, it was really weird. They had a butler. I can't think what the heck it was called. Mm. It was ever so, it was a strange thing. I can't remember anything about. I watched it every week, and I can't remember anything about it now. But it was such a strange program. It's funny how you watch things, yeah. You're going to sleep, right? Okay, Linda. Good night. Yeah, the Addams Family. Da 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 da. Yeah. Da 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 da. Click click. You don't remember any new programs now, do you? Well, I don't anyway. I just remember all the old ones I used to watch. I used to watch a lot of detective-y ones. Yeah, I think it was called Serpico. There was one where this bloke lived in a caravan. Yeah, I didn't. I think my son installed it one time, Pluto, but I don't know where it is. I haven't looked for it. It's probably on the TV somewhere if I look for it. Oh my God, I'm sweating now. I don't sweat. That's really rare for me to sweat. And I haven't taken a painkiller yet. I haven't got any. Well, I have. I've got the old ones that I used to take before, yeah. Oh, the Beverly Hillbillies. Yeah, we all watched them, didn't we? With Grandma in a cement pond and the critters. Yeah, the Golden Girls. I used to watch that as well. There was loads of things that you wouldn't miss, would you? You'd watch them, wouldn't miss an episode. And now I can't think of anything that I wouldn't miss, you know. Yeah, people used to stay in and they wouldn't go out on certain nights if such a thing was on because there was no videos, were there, back in the day? No replays or anything. You had to be there. If you weren't there, you missed it. Oh yeah, Bergerac. Yeah, not the new one. I can't get into that new Bergerac. To me, it's not right. I just can't see him. Yeah. Thank you for being a friend, yeah. It's like Vandervalk. I still can't get into that one. To me, it should have been, what was he called? Barry somebody or other. He was the original one. I can't get into this new one. I can't see him the same. And the same with Bergerac. I just can't imagine. That's too not Bergerac. It's funny, the remakes are never the same, are they? It's like when you go to watch a film and it's a remake of a good film, and you're like, yeah, Gilligan's Island, I remember that one. Yeah. And that one where they used to say, your task, should you accept it, is such a thing. This tape will self-destruct, is it, in so many seconds, yeah. Gilligan's Island was an old series. It was Gilligan's Island, yeah. I don't know whether they were all marooned on this island. I can't really remember. You'll have to look that one up on Google, Dottie. I think that weird thing I was trying to think of was called soap, I think. That was really weird. Benson was the butler. I think it was, him that they don't talk about anymore, that black comedian type of thing. Oh, do you remember that one they used to go the time tunnel, where they used to all go through this time tunnel and come out in a different era, didn't they? Sometimes they'd be in the Wild West and yeah, that replay thing I was trying to think of was soap, yeah. Cosby, Bill Cosby, that's it. It was the butler in that, I think. Long before he was ever famous and he was in the Cosby Show. Voyagers, yeah. Well, this one was like where they used to go in this time tunnel and they used to be spinning round and round and round. And sometimes they'd come out in Roman times and sometimes they'd come out in the Wild West. And, they always had to solve something or put something to right. Oh, Dactari, yeah. With you remember Clarence the cross-eyed lion? And then, of course, we had Skippy. Skippy, 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 the bush kangaroo. What's that? He's falling in the well. That they could understand what bloody Skippy was saying. Oh dear. Things we used to believe. Flipper, yeah, I remember Flipper. He used to go. And they always understood him as well, didn't they? Yeah, Lassie, yeah. Lassie come home. Yeah, Lassie always came home, didn't they? I mean, when you look at them now, they're probably quite tame, aren't they? But we thought they were wonderful, didn't we, at the time, yeah? Yeah, Champion, the Wonder Horse. And Mr. Ed. That reminds me of back to my mother's teeth again. And she had a new set of teeth, and my dad said she looked like Mr. Ed. Time Tunnel, yeah, that was it. They used to go spinning, 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 didn't they? Do you remember Quatermass? That's going back a heck of a long time. That used to scare me to death. I was only a kid. Quatermass. Yeah, Little House on the Prairie and the Waltons, yeah. Good night, John. Good night, John boy. Good night, John. Yeah, we all remember Bonanza, don't we? Woo-wee. We all like Little Joe. He was the handsome one, wasn't he, Michael Landon? And then he went on to play like an angel, didn't he, or something or other? Where he used to come back to Earth to solve everything, didn't he? Good night, John boy. Highway to Heaven, yeah, that was Michael Landon, was it, when he was an angel? He used to come down, didn't he? Where are all these good programmes now? Where are they all now? All we get now is reality shows, Love Island and all that rubbish. I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. Well, if they were a celebrity, we'd let them in. Honestly. Quantum Leap, maybe, I don't know. Dun, 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 bonanza. And if you're really old like me, do you remember Wagon Train? Where they were on this wagon. It never seemed to go anywhere, did it? They were always being hunted by the Comanches, weren't they? And surround the wagons and make them. Oh. And it never arrived, this wagon train, did it? It was like episode after episode. And they were always on this blooming wagon on the road to nowhere. There was always somebody fell ill of the fever, weren't there? I don't know where they were going. I think they were going to the gold, weren't they? Going to stake their claim. And that one with the, not Smith and Jones, was it called? What was it called? There was two blokes on horses. One was fair and one was dark. It was Smith and somebody or other, I think. But it weren't Smith and Jones. Yeah, the Dukes of Hazzard. Ian used to love that programme. No, not the Lone Ranger. It was two blokes on horses. I think one's actual real name was John Smith, I think, actually. The other one was a dark-haired one. Oh, I can't remember. But they used to be cowboys riding around, righting the rights and the wrongs and stuff. And do you remember that big bloke? What was he called? That gunslinger or something? Oh, God, he was one of the first ones. Yeah, I remember Laramie, yeah. Oh, one of the first cowboys. He was a big, big bloke. Used to come in. Oh, geez, I can't remember the names of these, yeah. Laramie, that was a cowboy thing. You'll have to Google all these names, Dottie. You see, you're missing it all. Alias Smith and Jones, that was it. Pete Jewell and Ben Murphy. That's the one. You're right there. I never missed an episode of that. Oh, you'll have to write all these down, darling. See what you're missing. They must be still there in black and white somewhere. There used to be a programme on Sky that used to be all cowboys. I mean, I don't have Sky anymore, but that's the only thing I missed. It was like a vintage channel, and it used to play black and white movies all day long. And I used to sit and watch them. And they were always cowboys. Very, very old cowboys. Obviously a load of John Wayne, yeah. Oh, Star. Yeah, I really used to call them car keys and clutch. Starsky and Hutch, yeah. I had to make him a cardigan, that Starsky used to wear. I knitted him. In fact, I knitted one for his friend, I think, as well. That wrap-around cardigan with a pattern across it. I had the pattern for ages, but then somebody borrowed it off me and I never got it back, of course. Never lend patterns out. But in them days, I didn't have a printer to do a photocopy, yeah. Yeah, car keys and clutch, I really used to call them. Yeah, Gilligan's Island, yeah. But we used to watch them all, yeah. I mean, nowadays, it's all like realities and fantasy rubbish, and I don't like watch anything now. I'm a celebrity. Who the heck are you? I've never heard of you. Oh, it's an influencer off TikTok or something. And I'm like, still never heard of them. You're an influencer. Who cares? You're being paid to make some stupid teenagers do things and buy things. And, all these kids are inhaling things and doing things just because some stupid person on TikTok told them to do it. Should ban them. Should make them responsible if some kid kills himself through copying what some influencer told him to do. They should be add up for manslaughter for telling kids to do these things. Kids are so stupid, they do it, don't they? These so-called influencers. I mean, they're being paid by the companies, aren't they, to do these, promote these makeup and stuff and all that jazz. But people are so dumb, they believe that they really are using these products. By the heck. I mean, I refuse to do it. I've been asked to do. No, rawhide. No, we didn't. Didn't mention rawhide. There was loads of cowboys, weren't there, back in the day? Loads of cowboy shows. Yeah, I've been asked if I'd do a promotion like for Temu or one for AliExpress. I said, no, thank you. Don't buy the stuff, don't want the stuff, not doing a video for you. Thank you very much, bye-bye. They've asked me to do a promotion for wool, on somebody that, somebody that I actually use and like. Or even a product that I actually use and like. But no, I get approached by, would I do a 30-minute video for AliExpress? I'm like, no. Don't use it, don't know about it, don't want to know about it. No, thank you, bye-bye. I don't want 50 quid's worth of your rubbish. No, thank you. But this is what they do, you see. They pay you or they tempt you to do these promotional videos saying how wonderful these products are. No, I'm sorry. I only promote things for free if I like the product. If I like something, I'll mention it. If you hear me say I like something, I'm not being paid. I do actually physically like it, yeah. So I'm not going to tell you to buy something I don't like just because somebody wants to give me something for free. To me, that's not integrity. But that's what these influencers do. I mean, I remember somebody once, a friend of mine who had a cafe something. They came in and they said, they'll promote you. Oh, Timu asked me to do a video, yeah. I said, no, thank you. My friend had a cafe and they wanted to go in and have free food and that. And then they would give her a review or something on TikTok. And she said, no, thanks, you know. He said, well, we might give you a bad review then on TikTok. She said, well, do what you want then. You know, she said, no, you're not having free food. There was some kind of thought they were influencers. I said, no, you pay like everybody else. If you give me a bad review, so be it. You know, it's kind of blackmail, that, isn't it? You know, give us free food or we'll tell you, you know, we won't say anything. I don't think Timu would have liked it if I'd have done a review. Don't buy this total rubbish. Everything I bought from Timu's finished up in the bin. I don't think I've kept anything. Now I thought to myself, why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep ordering rubbish? I've got enough rubbish in my own without ordering it from Timu. And some people swear by it, don't they? But nah. No. If I say I like something, it's because I bought it and I like it, yeah. You did Timu. I did Timu. Everybody did at first, didn't they? We all thought it was going to be wonderful. And then you realise you got what you paid for, didn't you? A lot of plastic rubbish that didn't fit, wasn't the right size and didn't work, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. She used to buy a lot, didn't she, from Timu? I haven't noticed she mentioned it lately. I don't think she's buying from them at the moment. No, I can honestly say maybe it's just what I ordered, but whatever I ordered, I threw it in the bin. I got a pair of scissors that wouldn't cut. And I got some blocking pins that I could have got for the same price from Amazon, so it was no cheaper. You know, you got to be careful. My friend ordered some curtains for me, if you remember. And when they came, there were shower curtains. They were plastic shower curtains. And they were sold as curtains, you know, like for your house. I said, no, you can send them back. I'm not putting shower curtains up at my window. I mean, I did get my money back eventually. But as soon as I felt them, I said, these are shower curtains. They were just the exact same material that a shower curtain was made out of. Would you want to put that up at your window? Righty-ho, good night. Oh, gosh. Good night, Jack. Yes, Same. They used to say that, same time, same something dial. Well, you see, maybe I've not ordered the right thing, Susan. Maybe I haven't. I know Denise orders loads of stuff, but sometimes she shows me stuff and I'm like, Denise, are you mad? That's a pile of, yeah, you know what? I mean, some of the things she's ordered, I'm like, what? Jacku? No, it's shower cubicle as a porch. Well, I suppose it's one way of being cheap. Maybe they couldn't afford a porch. Maybe they had a spare shower cubicle. My shower cubicle blew up, if you remember. I haven't got a door on mine now. I've just got a shower curtain. Because my door on my shower shattered, if you remember. With a big explosion. Boom. Big boom in the room. Everybody goes kaboom, kaboom. Jack the name of death? No, Jap. Jaap. He's from Holland or somewhere. He's been on before, but it's been a while, yeah, since he came on, yeah. I think it's a Dutch name, isn't it? Is it Dutch? Yeah. Yeah. We get the League of All Nations here. We get people from every single place in the world. It depends on the time scales. I mean, some people it's morning, some people it's middle of the night, some people. It's like me with lives. I never go on any lives in America because they're always on in the middle of the night to me or early hours of the morning. So that's why I never go on anybody's lives, yeah. You never see that now anymore. They're still around, Benetton. I know they got in trouble, didn't they, for using kids and that on their adverts. Yeah, they used to have adverts all over the place. I've never seen them for ages. Maybe they're no longer around. Yeah, I can't remember what the controversy was. There was a lot of controversy years back about them using kids or something on their adverts or something. I can't remember. You know what my brain's like. Can't remember. But I don't remember them being around anymore now. Well, a lot of firms that you remember, they're not there anymore, are they? They've all gone under. You learned how to fold a top. You can put that on your CV, Dottie. I worked at Benetton. I learned how to fold a top. That is my claim to fame. You could go on It's a Knockout, couldn't you? What was it called? Not It's a Knockout. Beat the Clock, was it, or something? It used to be called, where they used to have them doing these folding up duvets and stuff like that. Bruce Forsyth used to do that. Something out of the London Palladium or something, wasn't it? And they used to always have some couple, didn't they, doing something weird and wonderful. Yeah, it was Brucey used to do it. And then after Brucey, it was it Larry Grayson or somebody after Brucey? Good game, good game. Generation game, that was it, yeah. I used to like Blankety Blank. And Les Dawson did it. Yeah, the Generation game, yeah. Larry Grayson, shut that door. Shut that door, it's freezing cold in here. Shut that door, I'm feeling rather queer. I am hungry. As I say, I left half my dinner because I didn't want it, and now I'm hungry. A draft while he was on stage. I used to like good old days. What's he called? Leonard Sachs. When he used to introduce somebody and he used to say, and chiefly yourselves. They used to do that from was it somewhere in Leeds somewhere, wasn't it? They used to all get dressed up in old-fashioned costumes just to go and sit in the audience, didn't they? The ladies with the big bonnets on and the men with the fake moustaches, like great big handlebar moustaches. And after Lennell's socks, it was that bloke who used to go, meat pies are here. Leonard Sachs, yeah. He used to be Manuel in Faulty Towers. Hmm. Yeah, when they used to stop and say, meat pies are here, that used to be that comedian. What was he called? Can't remember now. He used to always wear a flat cap. He used to ring that bell thing. Ding. We used to watch some stuff, wouldn't we? Then we used to watch the black and white minstrels. I mean, now they wouldn't let them have it now, would they? Black and white minstrels. And my dad used to like a Welsh bloke. He was called Ivor. Not Ivor Novello, but Ivor somewhere or other. He used to sing. Welsh tenor that used to come on and sing on a Sunday night. It was never my cup of tea, but my dad loved it. He used to come on after like songs of praise or something. We always had to have songs of praise on. My mother loved the songs of praise. That and the Archer's Omnibus on a Sunday. Rumpty tumpty tumpty tum, rumpty tumpty ta dum. I used to wake up on a Sunday. Could never have a lie in. She'd have it on full blast. Rumpty tumpty tumpty tum, rumpty tumpty tum. And then after that, there used to be the church service and the hymns, and because we're having a shop, like Sunday used to be a day off, so she used to be like washing and doing all sorts of stuff in the kitchen. No, it wasn't Harry Seacombe. It was somebody called Ivor that used to do it. He used to be a Welsh singer. I mean, yeah, Harry Seacombe was a Welsh singer, but this one was called Ivor somebody or other. I still haven't heard from Sue yet, if she's coming down this week. I hope she is. I've told everybody she's coming. She lets me down, I'll clobber her. Yeah, we weren't allowed to lie in. God grief. I can remember once saying, I'm going to lie in. And she came upstairs with me. She says, I need to wash your sheets. And she whipped the sheets off the bed from underneath me. Ivor Emmanuel, that was him, yeah. That's the one. My dad used to like him. I think it used to be Sunday night he used to be on. It was like rituals, weren't it, in those days? Like certain nights were such a thing, weren't they? Saturday nights were always like Saturday night at the London Palladium, weren't they? Sundays like songs of praise and stuff. And then we had to have the epilogue, didn't we? Then he had to stand up for God Save the Queen. He couldn't turn the telly off until he'd stood up for God Save the Queen. Then he had the little dot, didn't you? Then he used to go... All the static that used to come on. There was no such thing as 24-hour telly, was there? Everything went off at midnight. That were it. End of story. Book at bedtime used to have as well. And then there was the evening prayer, wasn't there, or whatever. We led a simple life, didn't we? Not like today. Big glasses, a deep voice. All I can think of is, you mean Ronnie Corbett used to sit on that big chair with his glasses on, but that's not, he doesn't have a deep voice. I don't remember that one. I can remember lots of comedians sitting on chairs telling stories, but I'm thinking of like Dave Allen and that, but he didn't wear glasses. He was always telling religious jokes, wasn't he? Very tall with thick glasses. Anybody know who Dolly means? No. That's a new one on me. I can't think of that. I probably will when you said the name, but I don't remember. Oh, I'm hoping I'm going to get round this. No, I don't think it was Ronnie Barker. I mean, he used to tell stories, but I don't think he was very tall, was he? Ronnie Barker used to always appear with Ronnie Corbett, didn't he? As far as I can remember, anyway. I don't remember him being... Well, he was on his own, wasn't he, when he was in, the prison and stuff. Talking about funny videos. Oh, do you mean Barry... Was it Barry Cryer or something? He used to put videos on, didn't he? Was it Barry Cryer? Somebody like that? He used to do all the bloopers and stuff. No one Barry Cryer. No, there was another bloke that used to do the bloopers and that, didn't there? And he used to have big glasses. He used to play funny videos and silly videos, didn't he? That people like bloopers and stuff. That was the night that was. The only one I can remember is That Was the Week That Was, and that used to be, oh God, what was he called? Frost. David Frost used to do That Was the Week That Was. Millicent Martin and people like that were with him, but that was called That Was the Week That Was. That was the week that was. It's over, let it go. No, David Frost wasn't tall anyway. He didn't wear glasses, I don't think. I don't remember That Was the Night That Was. I only remember That Was the Week That Was. Greg Davis, I think, is too young for what she's thinking about. I think she's thinking of somebody older than Greg Davis. I mean, Greg Davis is really tall, isn't he? He's about 6'6" or something. No, I can't think who you mean, Dottie. I think you're getting the rest of us. Nobody can remember who you're thinking of. You'll have to Google it. Google it and see who you're talking about. Yeah, I've seen Andy Pandy and stuff coming up lately. Andy Pandy's coming today. Tra-la-la-la-la-la. The wooden tops, we Spot the dog. The Red Book TV series. Well, that was Eamon Andrews, wasn't it? But that was the This Is Your Life, that wasn't it? But he didn't do any comedy things. I've no idea who you mean. No, I think Alan Carr's too young as well. I think she's going back a bit here. No, you have to Google it, Dottie. Let us know who he was. It's not ringing any bells at all. Well, it's a bit like when you tell me about some songs that you've heard and I've never even heard of them. Some of the songs and the people she used to listen to used to have me fun, I'm like, who? Who? Never heard of them, Dot. You have to Google it, Dottie, and let us know who it was you're talking about. Dennis Norden, now he was an old bloke, wasn't he, that used to do things, yeah? Now, it's a bit like me with the music hall songs. I grew up with my grandparents and my aunties. And they used to sing all the old music songs, like my old man said, follow the van and don't dilly-dally on the way, yeah? My ex-husband used to say, how old are you? How come you know all these old-time music hall? No, I've not a clue. It's not ringing any bells with me at all, Dottie. Not at all. Yeah, maybe it was Dennis Norden. I don't know. He used to do things. I can't remember watching him. I know he was around, but I can't really remember anything he did. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Ronnie Corbett wasn't tall. He was tiny. I used to smile when I saw him with his wife. She was quite tall, his wife. And he was dead little, wasn't he, Ronnie Corbett? Yeah, his wife used to be a tiller girl, so she was quite a tall girl. The last thing I remember Ronnie Corbett doing was the adverts for, was it farm foods or something he used to do? Cyril Fletcher. Gosh, that's going back a bit, isn't it? I do remember the name, but I don't remember him being on anything. It's like Wilfred Pickles. Have a go, Joe. Come on and have a go. He used to do Workers' Playtime on the radio. Huh? Remember Workers' Playtime used to come on the radio? Well, they used to go to all these works, didn't they? I think, unless Dottie remembers, we're going to be all in suspense wondering who on earth she's talking about. It'll be like when she tells me to remember a song and I'm like, what? You think it's definitely Danny Snowden, dear? I can remember Danny Snowden, but I can't remember the show. Have a go, Joe. Come on and have a go. Oh, Arthur Askey now. I'm a little bee, buzzy, buzzy bee. I'm as busy as a bee can be. Buzz, 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 busy bee, busy bee. Buzz all you know, but don't sting me. Oh, you've got the gremlins. Well, nobody else has gone back to the beginning. That's your affliction, dear. Poor you having to go back to the beginning all the time. We're just trying to sort out who Dolly was thinking about. We think it was Dennis Snowden now. We think so. It'll be all right on the night. Yeah, that was. I do remember a bit of that. Yeah, we used to do clips of like bloopers and things where they went wrong. Yeah, Busy Bee. That was Arthur Askey. Do you remember him with the, what do you call it? Used to do pranks on people. It used to go through with that. He had a finger missing, didn't he? Who was he? Beadles About. Oh, I couldn't stand that program. He used to play pranks on people, and everybody thought it was hilarious, and I thought it was stupid. I never liked that program. Watch out, Beagles About. If he'd have done that to me, I'd have punched him on the nose. He used to play some cruel tricks on people. You've had to switch off and reload. Oh, I didn't like Charlie Drake either. No, he was a horrible little man, wasn't he? I didn't find him funny at all. And I never liked Freddie Starr either, and everybody liked him, and I couldn't stand him. It's different senses of humour, isn't it? I never had. Well, I've nearly finished this. I was being optimistic when I thought I'd start something else tonight, wasn't I? I'm still on the border of this. Technically, I could call it finished. And I put it in my little diary. Technically. So I've got to finish going round the outside of it. But I've finished it apart from that. It's finished. It's not bad going. I started it Wednesday at Knit Club and finished it. Well, nearly finished it tonight. Finished. It's done in boho spirit called Dream, I think. So we'll call it finished, even though I've got to do another row around the edge. That's if I've got enough wool to go all the way around the edge. But I need some crisps, I'm hungry. As I say, I left my dinner because I didn't want it. Oh, when I get going, there's no stopping me, doll. Don't forget, I couldn't do much this week because of my back. So I've sat around a lot more than I normally would do. Normally I would have been doing other things like chores and stuff. But I've not been able to do it this week. My back said, you have to be joking, Janet. So I did as I was told. Now my crisps won't go back in the cupboard. I don't leave them out in case I get mice. Oh. As Tom and Jerry used to say, I hate your mices to pieces. So I don't want any. You'd have had to Google it, Dottie. You would have had to Google it, woman. Yeah, I'll call it finished tonight, even though it's not. Because it would be finished if I sat up and finished this row. Oh, I'm not finishing it tonight. Can I technically say it was finished tonight, even though I've got to finish a row? I've got to sew the ends in, haven't I? All the ends and the bits and the knotty bits. Yeah, it does drive you mad when you can't think of something you want to think of. Ooh, these crisps don't taste very nice. They're still in date. The taste has sort of gone a bit off. The walkers as well, so they're definitely in date. I think they are. To get my glasses out and put things a little right in, don't they? Yeah, best before the 19th of September, yeah. So they're definitely still in date. I know when you can't remember something, you start thinking it's you, don't you? Am I the only one? Yeah, well, I'm hungry. Maybe I'll get used to the taste. No, they don't taste. They don't taste horrible, but they just don't taste like they should, if you know what I mean. I'm eating Walker's crisps. They taste like crisps, you know, when you find them at the back of the cupboard and they've gone out of date. That's what they taste like. No, I don't like flavoured crisps. You know, like cheese and onion or whatever. No, not a lover. Yeah, I did, but this week I think they were on a big offer. There was a big bag on offer, I think, at Morrison's. I think that's why I got Walkers. No, my favourite hula hoops are my favourites. Hot fries, Turkish delight from the fabulous East. It's the Sultan's favourite treat. It's fries, Turkish delight. I've got one in the fridge, actually. I love watching Talking Pictures on a Sunday, 5 o'clock. They do all the old adverts and the old things and everything. I love watching them. I bet you like it. It's on TPTV, Talking Pictures TV. Potato puffs. I vaguely remember them, yeah. Yeah, I always watch Talking. They have all the old movies on Talking Pictures. It's free. I think you can download it on your computer. You have to join it, but it's free. It's called Talking Pictures, TPTV. I watch it every Sunday at 5 o'clock. It's called The Footage Detectives. And they have an old, in fact, usually in front of it, it's the one with Ilya Kilrakin in it, and Hans Solo, what's he called? They have old films on all the time. So you need to look them up, Dotty Dolly. If you type TPTV in your Google search bar, it'll come up. And they do these bloopers every week, where it's an old black and white film and the car changes colour. Well, not changes colour, changes brand. They start off driving in a Jag and then they finish up. And then there's another one where they're supposed to be running through the dark and they're running through the light. And then when they're going up the ladder, it's back to dark again. They do these bloopers every week. Yeah. Yeah, you can probably find it on your iPad or whatever, yeah. Oh, you're obsessed with the Thornbirds, yeah. Richard Chamberlain, God, wasn't he gorgeous? Oh. I remember him in Dr. Kildare. When everybody wanted a shirt that went to the side with the buttons down it. Oh, you've only got your phone. You might still be able to get it on your phone if you Google it. Is that what you watch your movies on? Oh, everybody used to swoon over him because he was so good looking. And all the women were heartbroken when they found out he was gay, didn't they? Maggie who? On Thornbirds, is it, yeah? My son used to be obsessed with a program called Monkey or something. Do you remember that? He used to come on. It was called Monkey, and it was all these like Chinese type people all fighting. I'm sure it was called Monkey. Oh. Yeah, I know. Everybody was heartbroken when they found out he was gay. All the women that were in love with him. Oh, I've got crisps down my bosom, excuse me. We say batted for the other side. When you want to say something about that, you say, oh, he bats for the other side. And you're like, what? Yeah, some people you're really shocked about, aren't you? Stamp, Dotty, not lamp. Is it an oiled one? An oil lamp or a kerosene? I found out this dress has got a button missing, but there was a button inside on the label, so I can sew that on to tomorrow. I love these tassels. I'm a sucker for a tassel. You didn't know he was gay. Where have you been, Val? He's always been gay. It was such a shame when we found out Dr. Kildare was gay. Yeah, could twizzle them. Could get banned off YouTube for twizzling my tassels. You didn't know it either. Oh gosh, where have you all been? You'll be telling me next you didn't know about Julian Clary, won't you? Or Larry Grayson. Yeah, Rock Hudson. Oh gosh, I mean, yeah, he was so good looking, wasn't he? Why are all the good looking ones gay? Oh dear. We were talking about this the other day. We were talking about, like, older men when they go older and they let themselves go and they've got big beer bellies and that. You never get that with a gay bloke. They always look after themselves, have nice skin, nice hair, wear lovely clothes. You hardly ever see a sort of big fat one with a big beer belly. They're always the ones in the gym, aren't they? That are right buff. You're thinking, what a waste. Oh dear. No, it doesn't seem to matter with women, does it? Really? Nobody cares. But with guys, you always think, my God, that's one less for us. One more for the guys and one less for us. I used to work with a lad who was gay, and he was on reception with me at the job centre. And if a gorgeous bloke used to come in, and I said, "Oh, he's a bit of all right." And he used to say, "One for me, darling, not one for you." And I went, "Oh, blimey." Yeah. Tell you what amazed me the other day, that, yeah, I've kept awake tonight. Amazed me, the village people. I thought they were all gay boys, yeah. But the one who played the like cop, the black lad, he wasn't. He was married with kids, and he died just recently. And I'm thinking, God, I thought they were all gay lads, in the village people. Yeah, it amazed me that he wasn't. That he was straight. He used to play the cop, didn't he, with the hat on and the jumper things. Yeah, I used to like the one that was played the Indian. Used to have the whole Indian regalia on, didn't he? In the Navy. I used to have the LP of theirs, yeah. We want you, we want you. YMCA. Everybody still does the YMCA, don't they? Every time anybody gets drunk, they're all there, out there doing the YMCA. They were great, sort of like dance music. That's why they were so popular, because you could dance to everything they made. I used to have their LP, but of course I don't have any LPs now because I don't have anywhere to play them. But you can still find them on YouTube. I think, what do you call it, did in the Navy, didn't they, besides the village people? Not Erasure. Oh, the other group. I always get the two of them mixed up. Pet Shop Boys. Pet Shop Boys did in the Navy, didn't they? The M's like that, isn't it, somehow? I know, whenever you go to a wedding or anything, they're all there, aren't they? YMCA. I know Peter Kay does it, doesn't he, when he does his show? Yeah, I was playing Erasure. I found my CDs. And I was sitting in the conservatory the other day because I found my old CD player. And I was playing Erasure and the Pet Shop Boys. I got Erasure. Who else was I playing? They were all older ones I was playing. I found them all my old CDs and that. And I was having a bit of I wasn't having a bop because I didn't get up because my back were hurting. I was crocheting and doing a bit of a mental bop. Well, I was sat in the conservatory with the door open because it was a lovely day. I don't like sitting in the sun per se. I don't really sit outside in the sun, but I do sit in the conservatory where it's lovely and warm with the door wide open. Yeah. But I don't go outside, and mind my chairs are not that comfy actually. I suppose I could take a chair out of the conservatory and put it outside, but I just don't. Because they're quite comfy, the conservatory chairs. They've got like big pad things on them, so they're quite comfy. But that's where I sit a lot because it's lovely and warm in the conservatory. I sit there a lot. I either read in there or I crochet in there. So I took my CD player, it's a little round thing. It's as old as the hills, a round one. And I used to have it in my shed my she shed. Yeah. Oh, you like all weirdy ones, Dottie. Ones I've never heard of. I had reggae on today. A lot of reggae, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go and all. It's 10 past the witching hour, yeah. The youngest current bun, yeah. I mean, I've got a very, very wide selection. I've got like Alan Jackson and people like that. Then I've also got Il Divo and Iglesias or whatever he was called, Julio. And then I've got like Erasure, Pet Shop Boys. I've got Madonna, Celine Dion. I go all over the place with my music. I've not got one particular like genre that I'm not keen on classical really. I can't honestly say I'm not that struck with that. And jazz. I don't like jazz. But everything else I'll give it a go, yeah. And I like the music from Queer as Folk, yeah. I don't know if you ever watched that when it was on the telly. It's very sort of disco-y type music. Never even heard of it, Dolly. Never heard of it. You have such strange taste in music, Dolly. Mm-hmm. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I've got the Addams Family now in my head now. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I'll be going to bed singing the Addams Family in my head when I'm trying to get to sleep. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Yeah. I need to sew the button on this dress because I'll probably wear it tomorrow. It's not grubby. I only put it on today. I'll sew the button on that's missing. And then my pinking shears coming tomorrow. But they never deliver until about 7 o'clock at night on a Sunday, which means it's too late to turn my dress up. I want to pink it and then maybe turn it up and machine it, yeah. I used to have pinking shears. I don't know what happened to them. A really good pair and all that I bought when I used to sew. These are only a cheaper pair. I think they got ruined by cutting paper, actually. I think that's what happened to them. And then they went stiff and blunt. So I've just ordered a cheaper pair. These won't be brilliant, but I don't sew, so it's just a matter of cutting the hems. I thought if I cut the hem on the dress, then it won't fray the same. But yeah. Because when you cut it with ordinary scissors, you have to do a double hem, which makes it a bit bulky. So I thought if I pink it, then maybe I can just get away with just turning the one hem and machining it across. I'm sick of dresses being too long. I'm shrinking. I keep treading on the front of them. I must have about 5 or 6 that need shortening. And every time I wear them and I'm tripping over the front, I keep thinking, I'm going to shorten this blooming dress. And I never do. So I need to put my sewing machine in the middle of my desk, clean the window bottom because it's filthy with all the soil that's spilled, with my dead plants that I've moved. So I need to clean my window bottom, clean the desk, put the sewing machine in the middle of the desk, and then I can sew my dresses up. And I get the pinking shears, which will be Monday now, won't it? Because they won't come. They won't come until about 6 o'clock at night, and I won't be wanting to do them at night time. It'll be tomorrow, Monday of a job, I think. Oh God, I've got to ring that bloody prescription line Monday morning. That'll be a morning job. I'll be hanging on the phone, hanging on the telephone, like Blondie. Surprised she's still going strong. She was about 80. Amazon are all around here. They're like the midnight Amazon people. Never come in the middle of the day. They did today, actually. Yeah, Blondie. They came in the afternoon today, which was rare. Absolutely rare for them. What did they bring me? Can't think what they brought me. Something and nothing. Tomorrow they're going to bring me pinking shears, so they'll probably be midnight, yeah. I used to get Amazon in the morning when I lived in Prestwich for some reason or other, but I must be on the late round here. I never get them before about 6 o'clock at night, yeah. I was surprised when they came this afternoon, actually. Rare. Well, it's usually an Amazon lady that comes late on. Young lass. Because normally it's another nationality male that comes round usually. It's always a different one every time. But this young lass has been coming for the last 2 or 3 times she's been coming. Oh God, it comes there. She stuck it out longer than most, yeah. It's the same with the every drivers. God, every time they changed drivers. I had Adam for a while. My name is Adam. I'm your new every driver. Oh, thank you. Hello. Give me my parcel. Now I've got Jason. Yeah. Must admit, they're not bad, the Amazons, touching wood. The every drivers round here are not too bad. Except they never come on the day they said they're going to come. They always come the day after. There's been a slight problem with your order. Well, it doesn't need to start again now, Val, because I'm going, yeah. Perhaps it's your iPad that's having a bit of a benny. Right, I'm going to go now. And I will see you all probably in the week when I make a video, yeah. Mando. Oh, he's got a turban. Oh, my friend wears a turban. Well, he started off being Arian's friend. And when Arian got bored with him, he finished up being my friend. He sends me messages every day. I haven't seen him for years and years. We do speak occasionally on the phone. As I say, he started off being Ian's friend because he's Ian's age group, not mine. And he finished up being my friend when Arian got bored with him. So, anyway, I shall see you all very soon. And I'll probably put a picture up or a video up of this hexi when I finished it. Put it on eBay and watch nobody want it. But, you know, I keep trying. You've got to keep trying, haven't you? I told you before, my dad said I was very trying. So I keep trying. Maybe it'll be the baby clothes next time. I've got loads of them, loads of baby cardigans. But I am thinking of trying to branch out into that one where you can send them abroad. You know, I just pay to send them somewhere in the UK. And if anybody wants them in the US, then they have to pay the postage too. eBay, not me. So at least it's easier that way. I'll have to look into it. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you for my thumbs ups. Thank you very much for anything else, your hypes or anything you do. And I will see you all very soon. Be soon, I said. Be soon. That was Hilda Baker, by the way. So, bye for now.